Hey there, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my new video, your go-to destination for enriching discussions on real-life challenges and effective strategies for personal growth. Today, we're striking on a journey into a topic that resonates with all of us at some point: deal with people you don't like. I've faced my share of challenging relationships, and I've learned valuable lessons along the way. Today, I'm thrilled to share these insights with you, so you can approach difficult connections with a newfound sense of empathy and resilience. We've all encountered those challenging individuals who seem to push our buttons, test our patience, or simply rub us the wrong way. Dealing with people we don't particularly like can be a formidable task, but it's a crucial skill to master as we navigate our personal and professional lives. Difficult relationships can feel like uncharted waters, but the exciting part is that you have the map to navigate them. Today, we're going to equip you with the skills to confidently steer through these stormy seas and find the treasures of understanding and personal growth. In this video, we're delving deep into the art of handling difficult relationships, equipping you with practical strategies and insights to not only survive but thrive in the presence of people who challenge your patience and positivity. Whether it's a challenging colleague, a prickly neighbor, or even a difficult family member, the tools we explore today will empower you to navigate these connections with grace and wisdom. So take a moment to find a comfortable spot. Let's dive into this empowering conversation and unlock the strategies that will help you navigate the world of rumors with grace, resilience, and your head held high. At some point, we all have to interact with people we don't like. Maybe you can't completely avoid this person because they are a coworker, neighbor, or family member. Interactions with people you don't like can end badly with you saying something you later regret or storming off in a temper, but they don't have to. You can get through these interactions without any major problems by taking proactive measures that help you get along with them and striving to keep a positive outlook. It can also help to know how to manage these interactions before they take a turn for the worst. The easiest way to deal with people you don't like is to keep your interactions with them as brief as possible. For example, say hello, then occupy yourself with another task before they can irritate you. Additionally, try to avoid the person as much as you can, like sitting far away from them or working in a separate area. If you have to interact with the person, try taking a few deep breaths to calm yourself down when they start to annoy you. However, don't be afraid to walk away if the person continues to bother you. To learn how to find common ground with a person you don't like, keep watching. First, being proactive about the interaction. Keep the interaction brief, if possible. When it comes to dealing with someone you don't like, brevity is vital. The longer you're around this person, the more irritated you're likely to become. That's why you should keep encounters with them short and sweet. Communicate with the person just enough to get by, which may simply lead to saying hello, then occupy yourself elsewhere. For example, after greeting the person, you might say, "Oh, are those cocktail sausage at the buffet? Excuse me while I grab some." Once you've filled your plate, head in the opposite direction. Verbalize your boundaries. Know how much you are willing to take and don't be afraid to draw the boundary somewhere. Figuring out how much you can take before losing your cool can help diffuse a situation before it turns explosive. For example, if you have a coworker who's always bragging about money, you might say, "Hank, I made a personal commitment to only discuss finances on a need-to basis. I'm sure you can understand." If the person is always pressuring you about your personal life, you might merely say, "I have a rule about not discussing my personal life at work." Look at the situation from their perspective. Consider why the other person acts the way that they do. Could they be unaware that their behavior annoys you? Do they have a good reason for doing those things? You might realize the other person is not to blame. You could even talk to them to see if they would be willing to change their behavior around you. For example, if your coworker always talks while you work, you might consider that they are trying to be friendly. You could ask, "Hey, I am trying to get some work done. Do you mind if we don't talk right now?" Switch topics during conversation. If someone you don't like has brought up a topic of conversation that annoys or frustrates you, switching topics can minimize the annoyance you feel and make it easier to deal with him or her. When changing topics, make sure that the topic you change to is happy or neutral. You also need to make the transition naturally instead of abruptly. Let's say your coworker is whispering about the boss's alleged affair before a meeting. They mention a restaurant where they supposedly saw the illicit couple. You might alter the course of the conversation by saying, "Oh, I've heard they have the best shrimp. Did you try it?" Keep your distance. If you can afford to stay away from someone you don't like, doing just that might actually be the best thing for everyone involved. Find ways to avoid the person if you can. For instance, if you know your nosy cousin is coming to a family barbecue, you might arrive late because you know she tends to leave after an hour. If you absolutely must be around the person, at least put some space between the two of you. Try working in a separate area if this person is a coworker or a classmate. At a meeting or dinner, grab a seat on the opposite end of the table to limit interactions. Observe and imitate others. If you do not know how to deal with someone, watch others and see how they deal with that person. In doing so, you have a chance to see what works and what doesn't without having to experiment yourself. If others seem to be getting along with them just fine, follow their lead. Adjust your own way of interacting to reflect what they are doing. For example, if one of your coworkers has a habit of only talking about shared interests with the person you don't like, you might try to use the same tactic to keep things more civil. Second, keeping a positive perspective. Pause and regain control. Before you lose your cool with someone you don't like, take a step back and recollecting yourself. Breathe deeply through your nose and exhale the breath from your mouth. Repeat several cycles of deep breathing while reciting a positive affirmation. You might silently say to yourself, "I am in control." Try not to take things personally. Sometimes a person will intentionally pick on you, but in most cases, people you don't like won't be going out of their way to upset you. Understand that the other person may not mean for you to take their actions as a personal insult. If a rude person is rude to everyone, then you know there's nothing specific about you that's making them act that way. As a result, you can more easily write them off as rude and not let the behavior get under your skin. Remember that they're only human just like you. They're not perfect, but neither are you. Everyone has some characteristic about them that may annoy others, you included. When you have to be around this person, get honest with yourself. Ask yourself why you are so bothered. Sometimes you may not like a person because there's something about them that reminds you of yourself. For instance, maybe you can't stand your coworker's incessant need to get attention because you secretly yearn for attention from others too. Look for the positives. You will very seldom run across someone with no redeeming qualities. Even if the positive qualities a person possesses are buried under layers of unpleasantness, identify at least one or two positives and focus on those traits so that you might come to appreciate the other person better. For instance, maybe your overbearing mother-in-law is truly caring towards her children and grandchildren. Reflect on these good qualities when her less than pleasant qualities are on display. Kill them with kindness. Be positive with them by treating them like you would people you do like. Greet them warmly and smile. Aim to be as pleasant and cordial as you can. To do this, imagine that you're interacting with someone you do like. You never know, treating this person with kindness just might change the dynamic you have with them and ultimately make them less annoying to you. Determine what it is that annoys you. If the person isn't being outright mean to you, there may just be a clash of personalities. Write down what it is they do that you don't like and how it makes you feel angry, jealous, annoyed, etc. When you're done writing, think about whether or not the situation can be fixed. For example, if you really dislike that someone keeps bringing up divisive politics at family dinners, institute a no politics at the table rule. If you're jealous of the other person, consider if there is something you want to improve in your own life. Use this realization to create and achieve new goals. Third, managing difficulties. Assert yourself using I statements. Don't let yourself become a pushover. If the person is bullying you or violating your boundaries, calmly stand up for yourself using I statements. An I statement might sound like, "I feel belittled when you criticize how I do my work. Could you point out a solution instead of dwelling on what I'm doing wrong?" Escalating the situation by becoming argumentative or defensive can make things worse. However, if you communicate your needs calmly, you can ease tension and possibly get your needs met. Never blame the other person. You can stick to your point without becoming defensive or accusatory. Just calmly repeat yourself and remember not to take it personally. Know when to walk away. You can try every trick in the book, but sometimes there is nothing you can do to make interacting with people you don't like any easier to tolerate. Try to be polite about it. Instead of abruptly walking away or saying that you can't stand to be around them any longer, restate your boundaries and excuse yourself. You might say, "I'd rather not talk about this, so I'm leaving." Find common ground. Disarm the situation before it gets out of control. If you have to deal with people you don't like and the conversation is quickly going downhill, find a point on which you can sympathize to stop them in their tracks. Doing so can diffuse any hostility building in the other people, thereby making your interaction with them slightly more tolerable. This point is especially important if the feeling of dislike is mutual and you often find yourself getting into arguments with the object of your hostility. Even if the other person tries to pick a fight, it will be hard for them to do so if you are in agreement. Get a mediator. Asking a third party to step in may help you and the other person manages disagreements more effectively. Depending on the relationship, see if someone else is willing to act as a mediator while the two of you try to resolve your problems. Choose someone who is unbiased, such as an impartial co-worker or a family member who is known for being objective. Don't allow the other person to become a victim. Try not to lose your temper, even if the other person intentionally pushes all your buttons and tries to work you into a fury. The moment you lose your cool, you give the other person the upper hand. They may walk away looking innocent while you are viewed as the bad guy. If your behavior is always calm, respectful, and polite, other people are more likely to believe your side of the story if a major conflict ever erupts between you and the person you have trouble with. You ultimately are the one who decides how you feel and react to situations. The other person cannot make you feel bad without your permission. As we draw the curtains on this enlightening journey into the world of navigating difficult relationships and handling people we don't particularly like, I want you to leave with a heart full of understanding and a toolkit brimming with wisdom. Dealing with challenging individuals is a universal experience, and today, we've unraveled the secrets to not just surviving but thriving in their presence. The ability to navigate these difficult relationships is a skill that can be honed, and we've equipped you with the knowledge to do just that. Remember, difficult relationships can be a catalyst for personal growth and understanding. By applying the strategies we've discussed today, you can transform these challenges into opportunities for empathy, resilience, and personal development. You are deserving of relationships that nurture your growth and understanding, and it's entirely within your capability to cultivate such connections. Every challenging interaction can be a stepping stone on your path to greater wisdom and connection. If you found these strategies and insights valuable, I invite you to show your support by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it with friends, and subscribe for more transformative discussions on relationships, personal growth, and navigating life's intricate tapestry. Thank you for being part of our extraordinary community. Your support and engagement mean the world to us. Take care, stay understanding, and continue your journey of personal growth and navigating the intricate tapestry of life. Until our next encounter, keep learning, keep growing, and keep embracing the beauty of difficult relationships as a path to personal transformation. The world is waiting for your unique brand of understanding and resilience. You've got this, and I wholeheartedly believe in you. Keep shining, keep navigating those intricate relationships, and keep embracing the journey of personal growth and connection. The world needs more of your wisdom and grace.